Today the topic is how we change. আস্তে একটু কথা বল না ভাই। Let's start. Uh, let's start.
Yeah.
Our topics is how we can change DNA by doing our works. So we have to know what is DNA. DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid, which is short form is DNA. It's our genetic code, and all of the parts and all of the things along our lives from the birth to death is controlled by the DNA.
Yeah.
You have to, first of all, there are multiple factors relating with DNA. I think development, how we can change our DNA or mutation can occur that will change our things like behavior and other particular habits, our passion and our thinking, and it's also related with our brain function, because
Yeah.
if our DNA is relating to the environment, and that will put a more huge impact on brain. Like you are lives in a village, you are from your childhood, you are adopted there, but when you move the towns or cities, you have to grow up your change. And most of all, the environmental factor will play a vital role. If you want to adapt somebody which are particularly, we are not neighboring with each other before, but at the time we can change our thing.
So
and we can change
so
our
I have a question.
behavior and our culture.
I have a question.
Okay.
Knowledge can
You can
change
ask.
our DNA.
I think DNA change our perception, not only knowledge, because DNA is the basic genetic code. DNA is the basic genetic code.
Yeah.
If any other factor that's relating, you may know the iconoclast. Iconoclast, what is this? That's something if you can do, but average people cannot do, cannot think it. You think in others way, like the average people. That is called iconoclast. That's how it grow up in your mind. If you have a extra habitual thing to do every day, or if you are doing something other than the average people,
Yeah.
that's called iconoclast. And that's how the knowledge is changing. If you think in your heart that it is not possible for me, that's the average people.
There is a saying. Listen. There is a saying. Environment. Our environment can modify our DNA. Are you agree with this? Our environment can modify your DNA.
Of course. I agree. Of course. I think you will be right, because there are multiple factors.
Yeah.
Relating with DNA.
Really?
Because you have know that there are large percentage of people who are working in an industrial area. They are getting some type of cancer because of their DNA is changing due to the environmental factor, like carcinogen.
Yeah.
You have already know. You are a student of applied chemistry. You should have know what is carcinogen. I don't want to talk in a details it. And most of all, It changes our all things. Environment, if you know, when the Japanese migrate to Australia or America, their habits largely changes because of they are not only native in this area, they are not only native Japanese, they are both Japanese and American.
Yeah.
They are dual, and they are due to the environment. There are huge change in the DNA.
Okay.
I have
I
a
think,
question.
of course.
My question is, what happens if our DNA is altered?
Sorry, your question I cannot clear from here. Can you repeat?
What happens if our DNA is altered?
Yes. There are something negative or positive things, because if our DNA is altered in such a way that regulate our body, that will make a hamper or something. If the changes occurs in such a way that that changes our thinking, our mind, our ability, our quality. If if your IQ is very high level, because of you read a lot of books, that's help to change your
Yeah.
DNA and your thinking. If if you are not adapt to such a thing, like you are not working in such a area, there is not polluted, you are like you lives like in a native. But when you go to the suburb town area, you have faced many things that will changes you. The changes can be better or worse. I think that will depends on your environment. Would make it more harmful or make it good for you? I think you
Great
may get your answer.
explanation. Great
Or
explanation.
Thank you.
Right?
are you satisfied?
Yeah. I am. We are satisfied. Nitish, right?
Yeah.
We are satisfied from your answer. So today our premium Wismart community, our two members here, one of people name is Vidupal and he is a biochemist, and other member name is Nitish Vishwas. He is a CEO of Investor Capital and designer. So our today topic is how we can develop our DNA for being a better human being. So our guest Vidupal will inform us how we can increase our DNA, how we can modify our DNA, right?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Shuman, and for give me a chance to tell something or discuss something on this huge important.
You need to remove your hand. You need to remove your hand from here.
No, that's not a problem. I think that's not a problem because the skin is very low. Okay.
Okay. We listen to you and understand you.
Okay, I will just start. First of all, what is DNA? We have,
Your live representative material, right?
of course,
Every people DNA is different from other. But who are the most successful people? Their DNA are more modified. We also can modify our DNA various types of way, like consume energy, like education receiving. When we achieved education, we take some form of energy, right? Some types of
Okay.
wisdom. There is a law, energy can change another energy. I think DNA is energy. So if we consume the knowledge from books or any other media, then our thought may changed, right? Our DNA pattern may change. And you may think all of matter are modified in a environment, right? So if you have the lower willpower or lower IQ, then you can shift a powerful place. Like any of us, if we can shift another powerful country, if we have put less work, then we can get huge amount of opportunity. Like if you shift a education place or a IT institution or a wisdom seminar, by this place we can also gather knowledge and can our change our thought and can change our DNA. Mind it, location has energy. Do you know location
Yeah.
has energy? Suppose you
Yeah.
you
I
wanna
think,
read,
yeah.
you wanna read, but if you go to field, then your reading will be disappeared. But if you wanna play, and this time if you shift the library, your playing mentality will be removed. Such a way, if you wanna change your DNA, you need to change your environment. Environment will change your thinking power and mental behavior and can change your DNA, right? What do you think?
Of course.
What do you think? Are you agree with me?
Directly.
Are you
I
agree?
have a question.
Okay, okay.
How can I make my DNA more powerful?
Yeah, yeah, great question. How you can make your DNA more powerful, right?
Yeah.
Various types of way or combination of way you can change your DNA pattern or modify your DNA pattern. Suppose you bonds with some specific types of DNA, you can eat good food. Good food provides powerful energy and you can change your DNA power. You can change your DNA by learning something or consume wisdom, consume knowledge from any specific sources. Suppose if you can complete reading the books, these books information will modify your thinking power, remove your ignorance. When you can remove your ignorance, your fear, and increase your knowledge, then your DNA pattern will be modified. Another way may be consistency. Our human brain or our universal truth is consistency. If you wanna work expert in any specific fields, you need to follow the consistency. What consistency means? Consistency means continuity. Suppose you wanna be a good businessman, then you need to work in business fields regularly, or you need to read business books regularly, right? So consistency is the factor, and you also can change your DNA by changing your thought. Why? As human is a combination of your thought. Suppose you are which one that you think all time. Suppose you are a student and 24-hour maximum times you think you are a student, so you are a student. You are a poet, maximum times you think I am poet, you are a poet. You can change your thinking pattern. Suppose you start to think I am a most successful people or my DNA is more powerful, then within 6 months or 19 months or even 11 months later, you will be this. Your thought will change your DNA and you will be modified these types of people. Understand?
Yeah, I can understand.
So have any topic?
Okay. No, I think that's all for today.